Ever wondered how to make your plants more vibrant and healthy? If so, you're in the right place. Pruning isn't just about making your garden look tidy, it's a vital technique to enhance the health, growth, and fruitfulness of your plants. It might seem counterintuitive, but cutting back your plants can actually encourage them to thrive. Today, we're diving into the why and how of this essential gardening practice. First, let's talk about why pruning is so crucial. At its core, pruning involves removing parts of the plants that are unnecessary or detrimental, such as dead or diseased branches or overgrown limbs. This not only helps prevent the spread of disease, but also directs energy towards healthier and more productive growth. It's like editing a draft. You remove what doesn't work to strengthen the overall structure. Moreover, strategic pruning improves sunlight penetration and air circulation within the plant canopy, which can reduce the likelihood of disease and promote better photosynthesis. Think of it as giving your plants a new lease on life, allowing them to breathe and soak up the sun more efficiently. But the benefits of pruning aren't just about health. They're also aesthetic. Properly pruned plants have a more appealing form and maintain a size that fits well within your garden space. Whether you're cultivating a lush privacy hedge or a single decorative rose bush, pruning can keep your plants looking as good as they grow. Throughout this video, we'll cover different types of pruning cuts and when to use them, how to identify which branches to prune, and the best tools for the job. We'll also touch on the care of flowering plants and the importance of tool maintenance to keep your garden both beautiful and healthy. By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand the importance of pruning, but also how to execute it properly to maximize the potential of every plant in your garden. Get ready to explore the world of pruning and witness the transformation it can bring to your garden. To start off, you need to know which branches to prune. Let's learn how to identify them. Pruning is not just about shaping your plants. It's a vital part of maintaining their health, vitality, and the overall aesthetics of your garden. The first step in this process is to identify the branches that are no longer benefiting the plant. These are typically the dead, damaged, or diseased branches. Dead branches often look dry and brittle and will snap easily if bent. Damaged branches might have physical signs of injury or breaks, affecting the plant's structure and stability. Diseased branches are perhaps the trickiest to spot. Look for any unusual coloring, growths, or decay, which could indicate a disease. Removing these compromised branches does more than tidy up the plant. It prevents the spread of diseases and pests and encourages healthier, more vigorous growth. Think of it as clearing the old to make way for the new. Now that you can identify which branches to prune, the next step is learning how to do it right. Pruning is an art, and like any art, it requires the right technique. Today, let's break down the pruning process into steps that are easy to follow, focusing on the main types of pruning cuts: thinning, heading, and rejuvenation. Each of these techniques serves a specific purpose and is used under different circumstances to help plants thrive. Firstly, let's talk about thinning cuts. Thinning is essential for maintaining the plant's health by removing excess branches, which in turn enhances air circulation and light penetration throughout the plant. When you perform a thinning cut, you remove an entire branch at its point of origin from either the main trunk or a larger branch. This method is particularly useful for overgrown shrubs and trees, ensuring that the remaining branches have enough space to develop properly. Moving on, we have heading cuts. These are used to shape the plant and encourage the growth of new branches. When making a heading cut, you shorten a branch to a desired length, cutting just above a bud facing the direction you want the new branch to grow. This technique is ideal for controlling the size of the plant and is often used in shaping hedges or promoting a bushier appearance. Lastly, there's rejuvenation pruning. This involves cutting back the plant severely, often to just a few inches above the ground. Rejuvenation is used for older, overgrown plants that have stopped producing new growth where needed. It gives these tired plants a new lease on life, encouraging them to sprout vigorous new shoots. This technique is drastic but can be incredibly effective, especially for perennial shrubs. By understanding and applying these three main types of pruning cuts, thinning, heading, and rejuvenation, you can significantly influence the shape, health, and productivity of your plants. With these techniques, you're well on your way to becoming a pruning pro, but there's more to learn. Flowering plants are a joy to behold, but did you know they need special care when it comes to pruning? Unlike other plants, flowering plants should be pruned right after their bloom cycle. This is the plant's way of saying, "I'm ready for a trim." It's a signal that the plant is ready to divert energy from maintaining spent blooms to growing fresh new ones. When you're pruning flowering plants, always be mindful of the buds. These tiny bumps are tomorrow's flowers, so you want to cut above them, not through them. This will encourage the plant to produce more buds, and thus, more flowers in the next blooming season. Pruning flowering plants isn't just about aesthetics, it's also about plant health. By removing spent blooms, you're helping the plant focus its energy on fresh growth. So the next time you enjoy the sight of your flowering plants, remember, proper pruning ensures your flowering plants will continue to beautify your garden season after season. Pruning isn't just about the plants, your tools need care too. When it comes to gardening, sharp and clean tools are not just a convenience, they're a necessity. Imagine trying to cut a beautiful silk fabric with a blunt pair of scissors. The result? A frayed, jagged edge, rather than a clean cut. The same principle applies to pruning your plants. Using dull or dirty tools can result in damaged plant tissues, which can be an open invitation for pests and diseases. So how do you keep your pruning tools in tip-top shape? First, always clean your tools after each use. Sap and plant residue can stick to the blades, making them sticky and dull. Wash them with warm soapy water and dry them thoroughly to prevent rust. For tools that have come into contact with diseased plants, disinfect them with a solution of 1 part bleach to 9 parts water, or use rubbing alcohol. This step is crucial to prevent the spread of disease from one plant to another. Sharpening your tools is next on the maintenance checklist. A good sharpening stone or a file can be used to sharpen the blades of shears and pruners. Hold the tool firmly and follow the original angle of the blade. A few steady strokes on each side should do the trick. If you're not confident in your sharpening skills, consider taking your tools to a professional, especially for more complex tools like hedge trimmers. And let's not forget about oiling. After cleaning and drying your tools, apply a light coat of oil on the blades and hinges. This not only keeps them moving smoothly but also prevents rust. Use a cloth to apply and wipe off any excess oil to ensure it doesn't attract dirt the next time you use them. Storing your tools properly also plays a pivotal role in maintaining their condition. Hang them up or store them in a dry place to avoid any moisture buildup, which can lead to rust. Never leave them outside where they can be exposed to the elements. Taking care of your tools is just as important as taking care of your plants. Remember, clean tools lead to healthy plants. Let's recap what we've learned today. Pruning is not just a gardening chore. It's a vital skill that can significantly enhance the health and appearance of your plants. By understanding the basics of pruning, you can ensure your garden remains vibrant and flourishing. Firstly, identifying which branches to prune is crucial. Focus on removing any branches that are dead, damaged, or diseased. This helps prevent the spread of potential diseases and encourages healthier, more robust growth. Remember, the goal is to allow the plant to focus its energy on developing strong new growth. Moving on to the techniques, we discussed 3 main types of pruning cuts: thinning, heading, and rejuvenation. Thinning cuts help reduce the plant's density, improving air circulation and light penetration. Heading cuts, on the other hand, are used to encourage bushier growth by cutting back branches to just above a bud. Rejuvenation involves more drastic cuts, removing older growth to invigorate the plant. Each technique serves a specific purpose, and knowing when and how to apply them can dramatically impact your garden's health and yield. We also covered the special care needed for flowering plants. Pruning them right after their bloom cycle can greatly enhance their performance for the next season. It's all about timing and precision to maximize the floral display. Lastly, we talked about the importance of tool maintenance. Keeping your pruning tools clean and sharp is essential. This not only makes your work more effective, but also prevents the spread of diseases between plants. A well-maintained tool is a gardener's best friend. With these tips, you are now equipped to prune your plants for optimal growth. Remember, pruning is an art that requires patience and practice. The more you do it, the more intuitive it will become. So take your shears, step out into your garden, and start shaping your green space into your own piece of paradise. Happy gardening!